is close to our hearts, as business people also, with small businesses trying to make a living. As you know, our economy, I think it's out in the public if you look at the numbers. Our economy is not doing exceptionally well. And also, if you look at South Africa, there's a need to bring online more what we call black-owned small businesses, right? So that we can have the right mix in the economy and give people opportunities. And the power situation doesn't help. Someone who owns a bakery, someone who owns a butchery, someone who owns something like a laundry, shop, is really in trouble because that person cannot afford an alternative source, of energy. As you can imagine, when the power, the diesel, petrol and diesel costs are quite high. But also someone like that wouldn't be able to just go and buy a generator, right? So it's a bit of a problem because, a lot of people are then going to lose jobs as a result of it. We've had load shedding, but not to the extent that we're having it now. It seems to have escalated. But if you look at the country, there were interventions done by the previous presidents who ran the country. The current president as well was a deputy president then, was involved in what we call the war rooms to try and address the situation. It's really a maintenance issue. Our infrastructure is aging. It has not been maintained well.
From a user's point of view, like for your case, you run a small business, you have people who run small businesses, you have families that depend on this power. What do you do in this case if the bodies that are supposed to provide that service can't do it? Do you have alternative sources of energy?
A lot of businesses don't, right? And that's the clear answer. And that's where the problem starts. I was talking to someone who runs a butcher, and his meat got rotten because his fridges are powered through this electricity. And this got no alternative means, right? Of course, you do get other businesses that are able to make a plan. If someone has been in business for a while and they've done well, they may be able to purchase a generator. But what we're seeing as well is that big business. We've seen a few companies mentioned where they are starting to now invest in their own solar power, right, infrastructure. We'll rely on coal for quite a while. We'll rely on nuclear for quite a while. It's not going to disappear in the next few years. So the IPP plan and the renewable energy plan is a long-term plan. So what that basically means is until we resolve the operational challenges that we're talking about, then we have a problem, because bringing in renewable energy without addressing those issues still doesn't output enough, for us, to have, this problem go away.
How does Eskom justify these kinds of crises? Because this is like the third year in a row where you guys have had some serious challenges with power.
From my perspective, I think it's been excuse after excuse, to be honest. There's been a mentioning of political interference. And then there's been talk that some of the skills that have come in are either not competent enough or not committed enough to do the job that they're doing. But also there's been this problem that I'm mentioning, that of poor workmanship. From where we stand as normal citizens, we think that there's also a big problem of competence, either at the board level and executive management level.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Paul.